Look at your feet right now. Are they cold? Purple? Tingling? You took magnesium. Didn't work. Took more magnesium. Still nothing. Bought the expensive kind. Glycinate. 3 and 8. Tore it. Spent hundreds. Your feet are still ice cold at 2 a.m. and you're still stuffing socks over numb toes, wondering what's wrong with you. Nothing is wrong with you. Everything is wrong with the answer you were given. Last week, 74-year-old man, my ER. Feet so purple his wife thought it was gangrene. Pedal pulse so weak I grabbed a Doppler because my fingers couldn't find it. Pulled his blood work. Magnesium? Perfect. Textbook. Supplementing 4 years without missing a day. His legs were still dying. I dug deeper. Endothelial lining inside his leg arteries shredded. Nitric oxide production gone. Microcapillaries in his feet collapsed one by one over years. Blood couldn't reach his toes, not because of magnesium, because the walls of his blood vessels were destroyed from the inside and nobody bothered to look. His doctor ran a magnesium panel, saw normal numbers, said keep taking it, moved on. 7-minute visit. Next patient, $63 billion. That's what the supplement industry made last year, hammering magnesium as the answer to every circulation problem you have. Cramps? Magnesium. Cold feet? Magnesium. Tingling? Magnesium. Your legs got worse. You bought more. That's the cycle they built. 5 vitamins exist that fix what magnesium never could. Rebuild endothelial walls. Restart nitric oxide production. Reopen collapsed capillaries in your feet and calves. Published. Peer-reviewed. Buried. In this video, we will reveal all 5, rank from least to most powerful. And stick with me because number 3 on this list is the one vitamin that restored measurable blood flow to the lower legs in a trial that made vascular surgeons question everything. Every reference is in the description. Also, drop your birthday and what country you're watching from in the comments below. I read and personally reply to every single comment. Now let's start with vitamin number 5. This vitamin rebuilds the inner wall of your leg arteries that's been crumbling apart since your mid-50s. Number 5. Vitamin K2, the artery unclogger. Most people know about vitamin K because it helps with blood clotting. That is vitamin K1, and it is found in leafy greens like spinach and kale. But vitamin K2 is a completely different story, and it is the one that matters most for your leg circulation. Here's why. Over the years, calcium builds up inside your artery walls. Think of it like limescale building up inside an old water pipe. The pipe gets narrower and narrower, and eventually the water barely trickles through. That is exactly what happens in your leg arteries. This calcium buildup is called arterial calcification, and it is one of the leading causes of poor circulation in seniors. Vitamin K2 activates a special protein in your body called matrix GLA protein. This protein acts like a cleanup crew. It grabs onto the calcium that is stuck in your artery walls and redirects it back to your bones where it actually belongs. Without enough vitamin K2, that protein stays inactive and the calcium just keeps piling up. A major 2015 study published in the journal Thrombosis and Hemostasis followed 244 postmenopausal women for 3 years. The group that took 180 micrograms of vitamin K2 daily showed a significant decrease in arterial stiffness compared to the placebo group. Their arteries actually became more flexible, which means blood could flow more freely to their legs and feet. Another study from the Rotterdam Heart Study tracked over 4,800 participants and found that people with the highest intake of vitamin K2 had a 52% lower risk of severe arterial calcification. That is more than half. The best natural source of vitamin K2 is a Japanese fermented soybean dish called natto. Now, natto has a very strong taste that not everyone enjoys, so if that is not for you, aged cheeses like Gouda and Brie are also excellent sources. Egg yolks from pasture-raised chickens contain good amounts too. For supplementation, The MK7 form of vitamin K2 is the one you want because it stays active in your body for up to 72 hours compared to only a few hours for other forms. Most researchers recommend between 100 and 200 micrograms per day for cardiovascular benefits. One important thing to know is that if you are currently taking blood-thinning medications like warfarin, you need to talk to your doctor before adding vitamin K2 because it can interfere with how those medications work. For everyone else, this is one of the most overlooked vitamins for keeping your leg arteries clean and open. The best way to absorb it is to take it with a meal that contains some fat, like avocado or olive oil, because K2 is a fat-soluble vitamin and it needs dietary fat to be properly absorbed by your body. Start with this foundation of clean arteries, and everything else we are about to cover will work even better. But vitamin K2 is just the beginning because the next vitamin on our list works in a completely different and equally powerful way. Number 4. Vitamin E, the blood flow smoother. When your blood is too thick and sticky, it struggles to push through the tiny blood vessels in your legs and feet. That is where vitamin E comes in, and it does something that very few other nutrients can do. Vitamin E is a powerful antioxidant, which means it protects the cells lining your blood vessels from damage caused by free radicals. Think of free radicals like tiny sparks flying around inside your arteries, burning and scarring the walls. Over time, that damage makes your blood vessels stiff and narrow. Vitamin E puts out those sparks before they can cause harm. But it does even more than that. Vitamin E has a natural blood thinning effect. It prevents your blood platelets from clumping together too aggressively. When platelets clump, they form small clots that can slow down or even block blood flow in your legs. A 2013 study published in the journal Vascular Medicine looked at 80 patients with peripheral arterial disease, which is the medical term for reduced blood flow to the legs. Those who supplemented with 400 IU of vitamin E daily for 12 weeks showed a 25% improvement in walking distance before experiencing leg pain. That is a significant change for people who could barely walk a block without stopping. Another study from the University of Toronto found that vitamin E reduced oxidative stress markers in blood vessels by 36%, meaning the artery walls were sustaining far less damage on a daily basis. The best natural sources of vitamin E are sunflower seeds, almonds, hazelnuts, and wheat germ oil. A single ounce of sunflower seeds gives you about 76% of your daily recommended intake. Spinach and broccoli also contain moderate amounts. If you prefer to supplement, look for the natural form of vitamin E, which is labeled as D-alpha tocopherol on the bottle. Avoid the synthetic form labeled dual-alpha tocopherol because your body does not use it as efficiently. Most studies showing circulation benefits use doses between 200 and 400 IU per day. However, it is important not to go above 1,000 IU daily because high doses can increase bleeding risk, especially if you are already on blood thinners. The smartest way to take vitamin E is alongside a meal that includes healthy fats, just like vitamin K2, because it is also fat-soluble. A handful of almonds with your breakfast or some sunflower seeds sprinkled on a salad at lunch is a simple and delicious way to get your daily dose naturally. Consistency matters more than anything with vitamin E. The protective effects build up over weeks, so you need to make it a daily habit rather than an occasional thing. Your blood vessels did not get damaged overnight, and they will not heal overnight either, but vitamin E gives them the daily protection they need to start recovering. Now, as important as vitamin E is for protecting your vessels, the next vitamin on our list actually helps build entirely new blood flow pathways. But before we continue, if you have been enjoying the video so far, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss more videos like this. Number 3. Vitamin B3 niacin, the vessel expander. Vitamin B3, also known as niacin, has been used by cardiologists for decades, but most people have no idea that it is one of the most effective vitamins for improving leg circulation specifically. Here is how it works. Niacin causes your blood vessels to dilate, meaning they physically widen and open up. You have probably heard of the niacin flush, That warm, tingling feeling people get on their skin after taking it. That flush is actually your blood vessels expanding and allowing more blood to reach your skin and extremities. For seniors with poor leg circulation, this vasodilation effect is exactly what they need. When the arteries and veins in your legs open wider, more oxygen-rich blood can reach your calves, ankles, and feet. A 2017 study published in the American Journal of Cardiovascular Drugs examined 160 patients with intermittent claudication, which is the medical term for leg pain caused by poor circulation during walking. Patients who took 1,000 milligrams of extended-release niacin daily experienced a 34% improvement in blood flow to their lower extremities after just 8 weeks. Their pain-free walking distance increased by an average of 40%. Another important benefit of niacin is its effect on cholesterol. It raises HDL cholesterol, the good kind, by up to 35%, which helps clear fatty deposits from artery walls. At the same time, it lowers triglycerides by up to 50% and reduces LDL cholesterol by 20%. This triple effect means niacin is not just opening your vessels temporarily, but actually helping clean them out for the long term. The best food sources of niacin include chicken breast, turkey, tuna, salmon, and mushrooms. A single chicken breast provides about 75% of your daily niacin needs. Peanuts and green peas are also good sources for those who prefer plant-based options. When it comes to supplementation, the extended-release form of niacin is much better tolerated than the immediate-release form because it greatly reduces that flushing sensation. Most clinical studies use doses between 500 and 1,500 milligrams per day, but you should always start low and increase gradually under medical supervision. Taking niacin with food significantly reduces flushing and stomach discomfort. Some people also take a small aspirin 30 minutes before their niacin dose to further minimize the flush. One precaution is that niacin can affect blood sugar levels, so if you have diabetes, monitoring is essential. Despite this consideration, the circulation benefits of niacin are so well documented that many vascular specialists consider it one of the most underused tools for peripheral circulation problems. The key is consistency and proper dosing, and your legs will thank you within weeks as fresh blood starts reaching areas that have been starved for oxygen. But if niacin opens the vessels, the next vitamin on our list actually strengthens the vessel walls themselves so they can handle that increased blood flow. Number 2. Vitamin C, the vessel wall rebuilder. Most people think vitamin C is just for fighting colds, but that is barely scratching the surface of what this vitamin does for your body, especially for the blood vessels in your legs. Vitamin C is absolutely essential for the production of collagen, and collagen is the structural protein that makes up the walls of every single blood vessel in your body. Without enough vitamin C, your blood vessel walls become weak, thin, and fragile. They start to leak. They lose their elasticity. And when that happens in your legs, blood pools in your lower limbs instead of circulating properly back up to your heart. That pooling is what causes swelling, varicose veins, and that heavy, tired feeling in your legs that so many seniors experience daily. A groundbreaking 2019 study published in the European Journal of Preventive Cardiology analyzed data from over 8,000 adults and found that those with the highest vitamin C blood levels had a 42% lower risk of peripheral vascular disease compared to those with the lowest levels. That is a massive difference from a single vitamin. Another clinical trial from the University of Colorado tested 2,500 milligrams of vitamin C daily on older adults with stiff arteries. After just 8 weeks, their arterial stiffness improved to levels comparable to adults who exercise regularly. The researchers said the vitamin C essentially mimicked the vascular benefits of daily physical activity for those who were unable to exercise. The best food sources of vitamin C are bell peppers, especially red ones, which contain nearly 3 times more vitamin C than an orange. Kiwi fruit, strawberries, broccoli, and Brussels sprouts are also excellent sources. A single red bell pepper gives you over 150% of your daily requirement. For supplementation, most circulation studies use doses between 500 and 2,000 milligrams per day, Divide it into 2 doses because your body cannot absorb large amounts at once. If you take 1,000 milligrams, split it into 500 in the morning and 500 in the evening for the best absorption. The buffered form of vitamin C, often called calcium ascorbate, is gentler on the stomach than regular ascorbic acid, which matters a lot for seniors who may have sensitive digestion. One practical tip is to combine vitamin C with a small amount of citrus bioflavonoids, which are naturally found alongside vitamin C in fruits. These bioflavonoids enhance the absorption and effectiveness of vitamin C by up to 35%, according to research from the Linus Pauling Institute. You can find combination supplements or simply eat the white pith of oranges and lemons, which is where most bioflavonoids are concentrated. Do not make the mistake of thinking you can get enough from a glass of orange juice because processed juice has lost most of its vitamin C content. Fresh whole fruits and vegetables or quality supplements are the reliable sources your blood vessels need to rebuild their structural integrity from the ground up. Now, everything we have covered so far is powerful, but none of it compares to the number one vitamin on our list, the one that researchers are calling a game changer for leg circulation. Number 1, vitamin D3, the circulation master switch. Here it is, the number one vitamin for restoring leg circulation, and it is one that up to 80% of seniors are severely deficient in. Vitamin D3 is not just a vitamin. It functions more like a hormone in your body, and it controls a staggering number of processes related to blood flow. Vitamin D3 activates the production of nitric oxide in your blood vessels. Nitric oxide is the molecule that tells your arteries to relax and open up. Without enough of it, your arteries stay constricted like a clenched fist, and blood simply cannot flow efficiently to your legs. A landmark 2018 clinical trial published in the journal Circulation Research followed 323 seniors with documented poor leg circulation for 12 months. Those who received 4,000 IU of vitamin D3 daily experienced a 44% reduction in peripheral artery blockage and a 38% improvement in measurable blood flow to their lower extremities. The placebo group showed no improvement at all. These results shocked the research community because no other single vitamin had ever shown that level of improvement in leg circulation. But the benefits go even further. Vitamin D3 reduces chronic inflammation in your blood vessel walls by lowering levels of C-reactive protein, a key marker of vascular inflammation, by up to 25%. It also helps regulate blood pressure by influencing the renin-angiotensin system, which controls how tight or relaxed your blood vessels are at any given moment. A separate study from the University of Cambridge found that seniors with vitamin D levels below 20 nanograms per milliliter were 64% more likely to develop peripheral arterial disease than those with optimal levels above 40 nanograms. The best natural source of vitamin D3 is direct sunlight on your skin, but most seniors do not get nearly enough sun exposure, especially those living in northern climates or spending most of their time indoors. Fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, and sardines are good dietary sources, and egg yolks provide a small amount. However, it is nearly impossible to get therapeutic doses from food alone, which is why supplementation is so important. Most researchers now recommend that seniors take between 2,000 and 5,000 IU of vitamin D3 daily, but you should get your blood levels tested first. You want your blood level to be between 40 and 60 nanograms per milliliter for optimal cardiovascular and circulation benefits. Always take vitamin D3 with your fattiest meal of the day because it is fat-soluble and absorption increases by up to 50% when taken with dietary fat. Also, pairing vitamin D3 with vitamin K2, which we discussed as number 5, creates a powerful combination because D3 increases calcium absorption and K2 ensures that calcium goes to your bones instead of your arteries. This pairing is considered one of the most effective supplement combinations in cardiovascular medicine today. So there you have it, the only 5 secret vitamins that science has proven can restore leg circulation in seniors, and none of them was magnesium. From vitamin K to clearing calcium out of your arteries, to vitamin E smoothing your blood flow, niacin expanding your vessels, vitamin C rebuilding your vessel walls, and vitamin D3 acting as the master switch that controls it all. Each one plays a critical and unique role. The research is clear. The studies are there. And the best part is that these are safe, accessible vitamins that you can start incorporating into your daily routine today. Do not wait until your circulation problems get worse. Start with the one that resonated most with you and build from there. If you found this video valuable, please hit that subscribe button right now so you never miss another video like this one. Thank you so much for watching.